What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for the Real Housewives of New Jersey Retro Review Season 2, Episode 10. So listen, the first 20 minutes of this episode, we are still in this damn parking lot at the country club. But let me tell you something. This episode starts off with going back to the beginning of the argument. And I stand by what I said, that Teresa escalated the situation. Was Danielle being petty and doing that petty shit? She absolutely was. But Teresa, you ain't even have to engage that woman. You already said that you ain't want to be around her. You ain't want to talk to her. You ain't want her in your life. So why did you even entertain her? So y'all got to going back and forth. And then Teresa started doing her little neck motion and doing all this. And Danielle was like, why are you acting so ghetto? I'm not even going to go down that ghetto road. I'm not going to do it because this happened 10 years ago. I'm just not going to spend a whole lot of time on the fact that you call her ghetto because she was rolling her neck. But Teresa was like, double down on it. Well, I am from Patterson. You must have forgot I was from Patterson. And that's when Danielle was like, yeah, I know you from Patterson. I saw where you was living before you moved into the mansion. And Teresa was like, well, so what? I live in a $5 million mansion now. And then Danielle was like, yeah, that's foreclosed on. And that is when Teresa lost it, which makes me feel like there was some level of truth to that. Not so much that the house was in foreclosure, but maybe, remember, Teresa and Joe knew they had issues with the law before they even went on the show. Well, Joe knew before they even went on the show. And now we're in season 2. So I'm wondering if maybe it was some things going on behind the scenes that made Teresa flip the way she flipped. But baby, the minute she said that about that house, and that was it. Then Teresa tried to come for Danielle. Now listen, Jacqueline, I gotta give you some too. Because Jacqueline, you started chasing Teresa talking about I saw your court records. I saw your arrest report. I saw you chasing people, talking about, then you started calling her a co-core. You said something about her kidnapping people and the type of weapons she used. Listen, Jacqueline, you was doing a lot too. You was doing a lot too. But I stand by the fact that Danielle was walking away. Actually, she was running away. She broke her heel. She was screaming, get her away from me, get her away from me. And Teresa was doing what Teresa does. She done went black or went red, and she's busting through. She's mad at the people holding her back, and she's trying to get through. So I stand on everything I say. I rewatched it just to make sure before y'all start jumping down talking about, Danielle did this. See, this is one of those moments where you got to separate the two things. Danielle is still crazy as hell. But on this one, it wasn't Danielle, okay? So, of course, like I said, the drama is going on outside. That is when Ashley ends up pulling Danielle's hair. Now, listen, again, do I think Ashley had more weave than actual hair? Yes. But she still put her hands on that woman, and you can't do that. We're going to get to that later. We're going to get to Miss Ashley and her thought process a little bit later. Teresa is literally chasing this woman. The woman is in the car now, and Teresa is literally chasing this woman, talking about I want to talk to her. No, come out here and talk to me, bitch. Come out here and talk to me. And I was like, so you just going to chase this woman down, and then you're going to make her talk to you? And Kim G's driver / bodyguard was like, listen, she don't want to talk to you. Well, tell her I'm not leaving. I'm just going to stand here. I'm not leaving. And then I think that's when Jacqueline realized what Ashley had done. So I think Jacqueline was like, oh shit, I got to do some damage control here, because I know Danielle crazy, and Danielle's going to call the police, and Danielle's going to press charges on Ashley. So now Jacqueline is standing out there, and she's refusing to leave until she talks to Danielle. Well, you know what? Just like Carolyn says later on in this episode, you played right into her hands. Oh, now she got y'all. Now she got you. And not only does she have you, she got you by the balls. Because you know what? She don't have nothing on you. She don't have nothing on Teresa. She got your daughter. So she calls the police. Like I said in the last review, she called the police. Now the police ended up not arresting anybody because they said, child, we know Danielle for her works. Because Danielle probably done got on everybody's nerves. Okay, the police that live in the neighborhood, the neighbors, the neighborhood watch, all of them people are probably irritated with her. But it don't change the fact that Ashley put her hands on that woman, and she has, not only does she have video footage of it taking place, she got her clump of hair. Listen. So, of course, the next couple of scenes is everybody reiterating what happened. We see Teresa and Jacqueline go over to Carolyn's house. And like I said, Carolyn basically was like, I don't even understand why y'all engaged. Like, y'all gave her what she was looking for. And now she sort of has the upper hand. Like, she absolutely has the upper hand now. Like, why would y'all do that? Why did y'all give her what she was looking for? Then we have Danielle talking to Danny, and y'all already know Danny always on go. So Danny was like, they did what? They put their hands on you. What? They did what? So I was like, here we go with this. So Danny on go, right? Then we see Teresa talking to Joe. Joe could care less. Okay? Joe could care less. He was like, I don't want to talk about Danielle. I don't want to talk about none of this. None of this, da-da-da-da-da. Now I will say, let me put a pin in that and rewind. When Ashley told him that she pulled Danielle's hair, why Teresa hit her with the thumbs up and a smile? See, that's part of the problem. She got rewarded for it in the moment. So later on, at the end of this episode, when they're trying to talk to her about it, and again, I'm not defending Ashley because I think Ashley is a spoiled ass brat. And I do hope that, I know this was 10 years ago, so we're going to pray that she has evolved and moved forward. But in this moment, she's a spoiled ass brat. So I'm not defending her. However, when she called her mama Two-Face, I understand where she got it from. Because in the moment, it was all good. It was funny. It was a jokey joke. Oh, you pulled her hair. Until they came down off that adrenaline high and realized, oh shit. Because Danielle is crazy. So anyway, next we see Chris. Let me tell you something. I am so here for Chris. I am so here for how Chris is handling this. My intention, you guys, was to look up what a college's obligation is to a student with special needs. I know that you don't. I really forgot. But there are certain obligations that a school has to provide certain services when a student is registered as having a learning disability in undergrad. Now, he's in college now, and he's over the age of 21, and so the rules may be a little different. I'm not sure. But the fact that the law school admitted him knowing he had a learning disability, and then basically, I personally don't feel like they gave him the accommodations they should have. I don't know the whole story. We only know a reality TV's version of the story. But I feel like the school could have done more. So he goes to talk to an attorney. And what he said is this. I ain't really trying to sue the school. What I want, though, is when you get kicked out of college for academic reasons, you have to wait 2 years to reapply to college. He said, I just don't want to have to wait those 2 years. If they can write a letter, it sort of releases me from that 2-year window, and I can reapply as soon as now because I know I can be successful. I don't want to wait 2 years. I want to go back to school now, and that's all I want from them. So he went to talk to an attorney, and the attorney said, well, based on what you're telling me, I mean, of course, I have to verify and do my due diligence, but based on what you're telling me, the school didn't do what they were supposed to do. The school didn't provide all the resources that they were supposed to provide to you, and as a result, I feel like this should be, I'm going to write them a letter, and, a very strongly worded letter, and hopefully they'll give us the letter, and if not, we'll have to move forward. And, Chris, talked to his parents, and he was like, listen, I mean, I'm going to do whatever we have to do so that I can get what I need to get to go to school, but I'm really not interested in engaging in any type of long-term, legal battle. Like, I'm not trying to be the poster boy or nothing like that. I just want to go to law school. And again, I need to Google these people and find out where they are now because shout out to you, Chris. And again, I'm here for all of that. Child, so then we see Danielle talking to her energist. Now, remember last season, Dina had an energist. I don't even know nothing about these energists. I never heard of it before, but I guess it's a thing. So the energist is talking to Danielle, and of course, she's talking about how scared she is, and, she's so afraid of what's going on, and it's just affecting her, and how hard everything has been. So the energist is like, listen, do you think I could talk to Jacqueline? Because Jacqueline seems like the most susceptible, the most open to this situation. Do you think I could talk to Jacqueline? And, she was like, sure. I mean, I can give you her number. I mean, I don't know, but she is the most level-headed out of the whole group. Maybe she can. Child, that energist called Jacqueline, and Jacqueline was just like, look, I mean, if you think this is going to help, but honestly, what are you doing to help Jacqueline? I mean, help Danielle. Because I feel like Danielle is the one that need the help. Okay? Danielle is the one that need this assistance. But do what you feel like you need to do. And the woman was clearing her chakras, I guess, through the phone. I don't even know, but I feel like that was just silly because I wouldn't even been on the phone with that woman. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know why you calling me. Don't cleanse none of my energy. Go work on Danielle. Go cleanse her energy. You don't need to deal with me or my energy. You don't need to deal with nothing over here. Okay? So then we see Danielle talking to Kim G, basically letting Kim G know that she is going to press charges and she's going to go after Ashley because Ashley attacked her and that she feel like that's what she need to do. And again, y'all, I can't even say nothing in this situation because I see where Danielle is coming from and I'm with her. And if I'm Danielle, baby, I'm pressing charges too. I don't care if you 18 or you 88. I'm pressing charges too. Baby, you yanked the back of my hair to the point where I don't care if it was weave or real hair. It was attached to my body. Okay? Weave is attached to you. Whether you use the old-fashioned, whether it's a clip-in, whether it's a sew-in, whether it's a glue-in, it is attached to me. And if the fact that you pulled on me hard enough for it to come out my hair, however it's attached, we got a problem. So I ain't even mad at Danielle if you really want to know the truth. Not in this situation. Now, don't get me wrong. Danielle got a lot of shit with her, okay? But in this one incident, y'all gave her all she needed. Y'all gave her exactly what she was looking for. It would have been no problem. The event was over. And again, I know we're making a TV show. Even if Teresa wanted to do the, hey, Danielle, so you're just not going to speak to me? Baby, have your little back and forth and then move on. But y'all escalated that situation to where it had to be. Well, anyway. So then we see Jacqueline talking to Ashley. Jacqueline and Chris talking to Ashley. Listen, I already said it. I don't know. Because I'm really trying to be respectful. Even though I know this girl is grown now. From my understanding, y'all told me she married with kids and everything else. So I understand that. But she's a spoiled ass brat. For her to sit there and be like, because her mother was trying to tell her, why did you put your hands on Danielle like you did? And then come to find out she put on her Facebook, what an unbelievable night. Now listen, it is funny. That's funny. But girl, you do not need to further antagonize. So her thing is, I thought she hit you. Jacqueline was like, girl, did you not hear anything I said before we left this house? I said, don't talk to her. Don't engage with her. Don't even look at her. Okay? Let me handle it. Let the adults handle what needs to be handled. But I thought she hit you, so I'm the bad guy. Oh, so you're going to be friends with Danielle now? It was like in Ashley's mind, it was either all the way left or all the way right. There was no middle. So she was like, so you're not defending me, you're defending Danielle. Oh, so you want to be friends with Danielle again. Oh, so you love Danielle, you don't like me. Girl, it wasn't even about Danielle. It was about you putting your hands on someone, and there are consequences for that. So finally, Chris comes up in there, and listen, I like Chris. I just hope that Chris means what he says this time, because Chris told her, he said, first of all, actually just shut up. Because I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your mouth. I'm sick of the attitude. So just shut up. He said, you don't get to, because she was like, I can do whatever I want. I'm 18. It's like she thinks that just because you turn 18, there are no rules. And they were trying to explain to her, you don't get to put your hands on somebody. She was like, I mean, I can do it. So what? I'm grown. Baby Chris told her, he said, let me explain something to you. He said, what happens when the consequences come from you putting your hands on her? Baby, Ashley's face was confused. She didn't understand what he meant. What do you mean consequences? Like what? Something can, like, I really feel like she was in her mind thinking, so something can happen to me? He was like, yes, the consequences of you putting your hands on her. He said, what happens? Who gonna hire? She was like, I don't know. What do you mean? She was like, he said, who gonna hire a lawyer? Who's going to help you get out of the situation? He was like, are you going to get it? She was like, no. He was like, exactly. So you're going to need us. So then that means you need to listen to us. If we tell you not to do something, don't do something. So then she brought up the Facebook thing. Jacqueline brought up the Facebook thing. And Ashley was like, girl, you laughed at it. When I said it, you laughed at it. Jacqueline was like, well, it was funny. But I already told you to stop putting stuff on Facebook. So I need you to take it down. So Ashley got to arguing with Jacqueline again. Chris was like, listen. I ain't about to keep doing this with you. If you can't follow our rules and you can't adhere to what we're trying to tell you to do, you can just get the fuck out. And I'm telling you, he said the next time you engage Danielle in any way, you talk to her, you look at her, you touch her, you post something on Facebook, I'm telling you now, you're going to pack your shit and you're going to leave and you'll have to deal. You can go out there and you can figure it out yourself. And I was like, you going to make her leave the keys to the Range Rover too? Because I mean, I just don't see no consequences for her. Does she work? Does she have a job? How is she making money? How is she putting gas in that damn Range Rover? You understand what I'm saying? It's like she thinks she turned 18 and that is just it and that is just all. But baby, I was here for Chris. Chris told her, he said, let me tell you something. He said, you're going to either follow these rules, you're going to listen to what we have to say, you're going to be respectful, or you can pack your shit, you can leave. Now, I don't know if Chris really going to do it. But I loved hearing it. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.